Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erica. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not new here, you know thrift hauls are very common over here. I love going to the Goodwill bins. I sell a little bit online. I recently went to the bins. I got a much smaller haul than normal. I've been trying to be a little bit pickier because I definitely got in a habit of just picking up a bunch of stuff. And actually, I feel like the bins, I don't know if the price per pound went up, but I've been kind of shocked at how much it costs lately. This haul that I got was, I think, $24. I didn't weigh it, so I'm not exactly sure how many pounds it was. They must have raised the price because I don't feel like it was that expensive that long ago. I'm gonna start off with some pieces that I'm gonna be keeping, and then I'll get into the items that I'm gonna be selling. So the first item is this sweatshirt. It's definitely like very plain, but it is brown, which I feel like the brown Brandy Melville zip-up hoodies were super popular. And also this is a Brixton. Brixton's a very popular hat brand, and also there's really like no stains or much wear other than the drawstring is gone, but I am going to be keeping this for myself. I am a hoodie sweatshirt lover. I also get a lot of my stuff very dirty, especially now since like owning and renovating my own house. I am constantly like ruining clothes, and so it's perfect when I get stuff from the bins that obviously didn't cost a lot of money that I can wear, and if it gets ruined I don't have to worry about it. The next thing I have are a pair of Joe's jeans. This is a high-rise cigarette ankle, which is definitely not like as much of a trendy style these days. More wide leg stuff is much more popular, but I am going to be keeping these for myself because I feel like skinnier jeans are sometimes like more flattering, look better for work, just a bit more tailored looking. And also I did have a pair of Joe's jeans that I got from the bins years ago, and I wore them like almost every single day. They were like my favorite pair of jeans, and I wore them so much I got a hole in them. And so when I saw these jeans, I was like, I'm gonna get them. Joe's, I feel like, is a brand that was really popular, and it does retail for a lot, but the resale value is definitely not there compared to a lot of other jean brands. I'm not sure, especially because of the style of these jeans, I'm not sure if they would resell well at all, but at least for the time being, I'm gonna keep them and wear them myself. And then the last item that I'm keeping is this sweater vest. We'll see if I wear this because it is wool, I'm pretty sure. So it is kind of itchy, and I feel like this is a cute shirt for like the spring or the summer, so I don't really know if I'd wear anything under it, which I feel like would bother me. This brand I don't recognize. Maybe this isn't vintage. I don't know. I just don't recognize that tag at all. Oh, it's made in Japan. Actually, I feel like I should look this up because I feel like there are some Japanese brands that are very high-end, so I'm gonna look that up. There's no interior tag, so maybe I'll Google image search just to make sure it's not something like amazing. If I find something about it, I will pop it into this video. I found this black shirt, and it has these like line drawing figures, which are so popular. There is no tag here, but I did find an interior tag, and it looks pretty old, but it's made in Italy, which I feel like normally nicer pieces are made in Italy. But also I Google image search this piece, and there's a lot of cheap brands that make things that look very similar to this print, but I don't know. I'm probably just gonna sell this in person because I really don't know like anything about it. I don't really know the size. I don't really know the brand. I'm sure you guys can read that, but that's what the tag looks like. I think somebody threw this back, and there are some flaws to it, but it is a COS sweater, which COS, I feel like if you didn't know the brand, looking at the tag, it almost looks like an H&M tag, so I wouldn't like see this tag and think it was expensive, but COS is very expensive. Most of their sweaters range in like the $100 to $200 range. I feel like a lot of influencers wear it too, so there is a little stain that I tried to wash and I couldn't get out. And then also when I was taking some photos of it, this sleeve like is like, it doesn't have a cut or anything in it, but this sleeve has a slit in it. I do have it listed on Poshmark, I think for like $35 because of the flaws, and I pictured all of them. So we'll see how that does. I didn't notice the arm stuff when I got it. I think I saw the little stain, but I figured I might as well try to give it a wash. In general, I feel like I have seen some other resellers say that COS sells well for them. So, I mean, if somebody came and gave me a low ball, I would take it. Then I found 2 of these Lululemon shirts, and as always, the pull tag is not on these. These, I have no idea what size these are. Sometimes you can find like the size on the inside, like hemline, but these don't have anything there, and I don't really see any other place where they could have put the size. So I'm probably gonna sell these in person as well. I think these are probably an older style. They're like a full open back, loose fitting top. I mean, I could sit there and measure them, but I feel like Lululemon is not like a great seller for me anymore. Like even their leggings, which I feel like would be the most in demand item from them, it doesn't sell great for me on Poshmark unless it's like a very substantial piece. I mean, I feel like the market's probably pretty oversaturated because almost everybody owns at least one pair of Lululemon leggings or something. So picking up from the bins for sure. But yeah, this piece, I don't really feel like it's worth my time to like sit and photograph and measure. I'm just going to take it to like Crossroads or Plato's Closet. And this is the exact same shirt, but in a purple color. I actually found these in the same bin and like 20 minutes apart. It's crazy how when I went to the bins, I went on whatever this past Monday holiday was. So there were a lot of people there. Holidays are always like the worst to go because every like teenager is off, and of course like vintage shopping and going to the Goodwill bins is like so trendy these days. So it's always filled with a lot of people. Granted, a lot of times what like high schoolers are looking for is different than what I'm trying to pick up. But I was not expecting to find Lululemon in the bins after these bins had been searched through, but a lot of times there was a lot of stuff and a lot of people, and I feel like people don't ever get to the bottom and things on the top just keep getting thrown around. And I've said this in so many videos, but always go to the bottom. I always find the best stuff at the bottom of the bin. So you just have to have some patience, and I go back to bins like multiple times. These are a pair of Marine Layer shorts, which Marine Layer normally sells very well for me. I do have one sweater listed that's been listed for a while that hasn't sold. It's like kind of an older style and a little bit more worn. These shorts I did look up, and I think they like were on sale for like maybe $25. So I don't think I'm gonna sell these in person, or I don't think I'm gonna sell these online. I think I'm just gonna go and sell them in person. It is a brand to look out for, especially like I think I sold 2 cardigans from them and a pair of pants, and they sold so quickly. It's definitely a brand to look out for. This item has actually already sold. I almost didn't pick it up. I think somebody threw it back. But this is probably not something you're gonna find unless you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, because it is a designer from San Francisco. And the brand is Alvin Duskin. I'll show you what the tag looks like. So when I saw this again, I immediately knew that I'd picked up something in the past from this. I was hesitant about picking this one up again just because like my other item actually sold very quickly, and it sold for like $80. It was, I think, like a valuable piece, but this dress, there is like pilling on the front and everything. So I was like kind of hesitant to pick it up. And also the last item that I picked up from this designer had peace signs all over it. And when I looked it up, he was kind of known for that print, and I guess was one of the first people to ever design like an outfit that had peace signs on it. I think his pieces are mostly from the 60s and 70s. So when I saw this dress, I wasn't really sure, and I looked on Poshmark for comps, and there were so few comps. Mine was one of the only other comps on there. I have seen some of his items, like the iconic peace sign dresses, I guess, sold, I've seen for a few $100s up to like $1,000 or $2,000. So I decided whatever, I'm just gonna give this a try. And I think I listed this for $70 like 2 days ago, and somebody gave me an offer of $56, and I'm like, yeah, take it. I think this has been hemmed by someone, not perfectly, and there's pilling on the front, and honestly, I don't know if somebody would wear this nowadays, or if you just keep it as like a collectible, or I don't know, maybe it's somebody who like loves the designer, or I don't know, but this sale, I think I made like 40 something dollars off of it, so it paid for the entire haul. I'm just happy that somebody wants it, and also I'm glad it's just not going, like if I didn't pick it up, I don't know if anybody else would have after somebody else threw it back, and it would have probably just gone to the landfill. So clearly this designer is like valuable to somebody, and somebody knows a lot more about it, so I'm happy that it's not just gonna go to the landfill. Then I picked up this velvet bralette, which bralettes were so big, like in 2015, 2016. I feel like I used to pick them up a lot at the bins. I really don't pick them up very often, But this one just didn't really seem worn, and I'm planning on selling at Plato's Closet, which I feel like Plato's loves this type of stuff. And I feel like because this one is like velvet, it could almost be worn as like a top or someone like going to a concert maybe or something. So I did pick this up. I also didn't realize until after I bought it that they had cut out the size tag. So hopefully, I don't think Plato's Closet will care, but I guess I'll find out when I go sell there today. Then I picked up this green kind of like utilitarian military style coat. This is from Everlane, but I did find this online and it had been like heavily discounted. I think at first it was like $70, $80 maybe, but it had gone on sale for like 20 something dollars, and it's sold out. But I'm planning on just selling it in person because I feel like selling it in person, they're gonna think it's maybe more valuable than it probably really is. I feel like my bins were just in like the 2015, 2016 range because this is a Free People, very iconic for a hot moment sweater. This like the jean slash hoodie sweatshirt jacket thing. I wasn't gonna list it, I was just gonna go sell it in person. But it was interesting because when I was looking up comps online, there were some people trying to sell it for like $145, and then people listing it for like $30, $40. So comps are like kind of all over the map. So I did end up listing it. I listed it for like $30 because I'm just like, somebody wants it, take it. The last item from this haul is a bulky item. It is a skiing snowboarding jacket. The brand is Burton, which I feel like I've sold something else from Burton. Obviously we're kind of starting to move away from big jackets. Like in the last, I guess maybe because it was winter, I was having a lot of luck selling snow and ski gear. I feel like March is a good month for skiing and stuff, so some people might still be needing it, and also I guess you could travel anywhere and probably go skiing throughout the year. I did list this myself. It is in very good condition, but I did see an interior tag. It is from 2014, but I feel like with gear like this, it's not about the year and the style so much as if the use is still there, and honestly it really doesn't look that worn. And it would definitely be like a very warm jacket. There's multiple layers to it. It does retail for a good amount, but I'm not sure what it will resell for. So that is my entire haul this time. It is definitely much smaller than a lot of my Goodwill Bins hauls. I'm just not trying to bring like so much stuff into our house. We just have a lot going on with being under construction and renovation. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.